And welcome back to Marshy's Corner for what is going to be a regular Sunday hoops show, even though this is coming out on a Monday. I apologize for that. I've already dropped the ball. But Sundays is going to be for talking hoops. NBA, NBL, whatever it's going to be, but we're talking hoops on Sundays, okay? So on today's show, I have special guest Benny Mitchell, NBL 1 writer, commentator, plays QSL, should be playing NBL 1. That's just my opinion. And he works for Pinnacle Basketball Academy. So he's got his hands all over basketball. And now he's hopping on the podcast to chat hoops. So he knows what he's talking about. And I thought he would be perfect to bring in and do what I love doing, talking basketball. So on today's show, we are talking Ime Udoka's scandal and just kind of what's going on in and around the Boston Celtics in general. And we're talking LeBron's tweet about college sports. Is he eligible? So that's kind of a fun prospect. Then for the main event, ESPN does their top 100 every single year. We were going to just discuss it, but what I thought would be more fun was to have Benny come on, have Tim Henry come on from, you would have heard him in the We Used to Be Friends show and also other podcasts in the past. Love talking hoops with him. So I've got the two boys coming in and we are going to draft our own best players in the NBA. So huge show. It goes for about 2 hours. If you do want to skip ahead to that NBA top 100 discussion, we discuss our first 45. If you want to skip ahead to that, it's about 20 minutes in, but I'll put links down the bottom so you can click straight to that. Down the bottom or in the bio. So if you're just listening to this on Spotify. On that note, please like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, everything you can possibly do. Share, I have no idea, but any little bit of support goes a really long way. So let's get into this show. Enjoy. Benny Mitchell, how are you, man?
Good. What's been happening, Isaac? It's been a minute.
What's been happening? Yeah, it has. Hey, I'm not around the basketball courts as much as I'd like to be.
Mm.
But no, what's been happening? I got nationals coming up for footy, so we're training for that. That's about 4 or 5 weeks away, and then just working, man.
Good. Yeah, I feel that, bro.
What about you?
I've literally just been working. So the Pinnacle gig's been going really well.
Yep.
So
that's Mitch McCarron's basketball clinic. Say.
Yeah. So super busy, and we're not even advertising out that for like sessions and all that. Like people are just coming just because
right.
Mitch's name and all that. He's obviously doing really well with Adelaide, and their team's super stacked. So I imagine after this NBL season, we're going to have tons and tons of people come to Pinnacle. But yeah, at the moment, it's been great. So
yeah, cool. That's awesome.
It's been awesome. Yeah,
that's
and
great.
I've been there for about a year. So I've seen the kids I've started with, they've grown a lot and just improved so much. So it's really rewarding.
Yeah, that's great. So, but you got your hand all over basketball. So obviously you work for Pinnacle. A little bit of writing for the NBL 1.
Yeah, a little bit of writing.
A little bit of commentating as well.
Yeah, commentating, working at Wizards, playing at Wizards, just about, anything I could do basketball-wise.
Yeah. So you were telling me that you're going traveling next year. Are you looking to not play next year or?
Yes, I'm planning. Honestly, if I keep going, I reckon I'd be shot at training player for NBL 1 next season. But I'm honestly I've never taken a break ever since I've started when I was 8. So I feel like next year would be a good year to take a break and give traveling a good crack, because obviously I've heard lots of stories about people wanting to travel and they never do it, and then things come up in life and it's one of their biggest regrets, not being able to see the world. So I'm not going to let that happen. So next year's the year, traveling wise.
And you were telling me about Europe, America, a little bit all over the place. And
so I think the plan, I'm going with my sister and we're going to go to Spain first and then meet up with a friend there and then maybe do France and all that. And then UK and then US and Canada.
Well, once you're over there, it's not hard to travel between all the countries.
Exactly. The plan is to just book a ticket there and then just go with the flow, see what happens.
Nice. What are you looking forward to most over in America? Are you seeing any sports games or anything?
honestly, sports-wise, I want to get back to an ice hockey game.
Yep.
They are it's the best live sport I've ever seen. Ice hockey when I last went to America. But I haven't really thought about it too much, honestly. Like I kind of want things to be spontaneous when I get there. But the US will mainly consist of we'll go to New York and Boston, and then the West Coast might be like LA and San Diego and just stuff like that. But it could be more. You never know.
You are a Celtics fan, aren't you?
I don't really. I like the Celtics.
Yeah.
Especially last season, I love how, especially the back end of the season, how they operated. So I appreciate defense, and their defense is unreal. And then having the defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart, he just led the group. So yeah, I'd say team wise, Boston would probably be my favorite, but I'm not really a team orientated fan. I'm more like the players.
Yeah, right. Well, let's get into what today is. We're going to talk Ime Udoka's scandal just briefly. We're going to talk LeBron's tweet, which you haven't seen from this morning. It was pretty funny. It was the first thing I read when I woke up this morning. And then we're going to get Tim Henry on, my mate, and we're going to do the NBA, the ESPN. They release their NBA player ranks every single year, and they're usually kind of shit. So
yep, lots to talk about there.
Yeah. So, but I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do it, and I thought, I could just rewrite it myself, and then have you kind of put your take on to the original one and my one, and but I thought it'd be fun to bring an extra person in, and we could do a bit of a draft, and then we'll see what our list looks like with 3 people drafting the players compared to the ESPN one. And we can rip into each other a little bit as well, because I'm sure we've all got our own opinions on that. So, but let's do the Ime Udoka thing first, because it's a little bit of a downer. Obviously, that news broke that there was some sort of scandal that happened, and I don't know if you've seen anything, but I haven't actually seen what exactly it is. But
yeah, it's very vague, very, very vague. So I don't know if they're not allowed to disclose all the details yet because it's so new. But from my understanding, when it first came out, it just said Ime Udoka could be suspended because he violated team policies.
Yeah,
that's literally all it was. And I'm like, okay, well, great. What did he do? And then several hours later, I believe it said consensual. So
consensual
affair. Nothing. Yeah. Consensual affair with a female trainer. I think it's a trainer. Could just be a staff member.
I just saw a staff member. I wasn't sure. I didn't see the trainer. But did you see what Matt Barnes said about it?
No.
Yes. So I have Matt Barnes' quote. Obviously, ex-NBA player that's now kind of doing his own thing in the media. And he originally tweeted kind of standing up for Ime Udoka, and then, he released a statement, but he deleted the statement because he then called around and he got some information. And he doesn't say what happened, but this was his quote. Last night, without knowing all the facts, I spoke on Ime Udoka's defense, and after finding out the facts after I spoke, I erased what I posted because the situation in Boston is deep, it's messy, it's 100 times uglier than any of us thought. Some things happened that I can't condone, I can't back, and it's not my place to tell you what happened. And yeah, that's basically the quote. So
wow, okay.
So it sounds pretty bad, and obviously we have no idea what's happened. But more so, what I wanted to say was this team, they've just made it through to the NBA Finals. They've been on this kind of upward progression, but there's been a messiness to this. And Bill Simmons always talks about this on his show, is a team's window is never actually as big as you think it is. And, a lot of people looked at this Boston group and go, well, they're all really young. You're going to see them for the next however long it is. But, there was an injured Milwaukee side. Then they get through that. They get through the NBA Finals. They get through Jimmy Butler missing a 3. If that 3 goes down, they're not in the NBA Finals. All these things happen, and this is how sports works. Little things lead to teams being in a situation to succeed. They couldn't get through the Warriors, but if you look at this Boston Celtics organization, they had all those rumors come out about, you know, they're open to trading Jaylen Brown. They're potentially open to trading Marcus Smart. All these people for Kevin Durant. There was all these rumors. They didn't squash those rumors. So you're talking about two of your best 5 players are just in open trade talks. Now that this is released, and this is just another messy part of the Boston Celtics. And I was just wondering, what's your thoughts on, like, I guess that situation as a whole? Not talking about Ime Udoka, but just talking about the Boston Celtics, a team that has been successful, but they just keep on kind of like there's just another little piece of shit.
Yeah,
basically,
it seems like
that
they
comes on
take.
top of it.
Yeah, last season they progressed really well, but obviously the messiness affected the first part of the season because they were subpar. First
Yeah,
half of the year, they were a great team, but they were wildly inconsistent. So I'd say the messiness happening behind the scenes is affecting that. Um, yeah, it seems like they take 2 steps forward and then they take 3 steps backwards with, like, for example, this Ime Udoka thing. Such a shame. Like, he obviously is a very good coach for that team, and they really respected him in terms of his vision and what he wanted to do, and that's how they pulled it back around and really they were the best team in the league end of the regular season, hands down. Um, yeah, I mean, whoever's coming in's got big shoes to fill.
well, at the moment, I've forgotten the assistant coach's name, but he's the one that's going to be filling those shoes.
And I would be, yeah.
How
I'm not envious of him.
of the coach, the
Yeah,
assistant
I feel
coach?
like,
Yeah, absolutely not.
yeah, I
But
feel like
what
that
can
situation.
obviously we don't know the facts. All we've been told is there was a consensual affair.
Yeah,
How do you, like? Let's just keep it at what it is right now. You as a player, we've all played underneath coaches and whatnot. If you were in that sort of spotlight and your coach kind of like, this, we're talking about a coach that was basically almost on top of the world in terms of coaches around the league. If
mm-hmm.
your coach comes out and this sort of thing happens, how do you respond to your coach moving forward? Like, is it one
I
of those
don't.
things where you keep it as a business, like business? The business of basketball is basketball, and whatever happens off the court, like, that's not
Yeah,
something you're concerned about, or
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're a player, especially in that league, and everything's changing so consistently, like, yeah, it's a business. You got to be ready to play under different people. But, like, me personally as a player, I need to form that relationship with a coach. And once you find that, you feel you can play at your best level because you're comfortable and you understand the system and all that. And then if you just got, like, Sacramento, for example, the Boogie Cousins days where I swear they had a new coach every 6 months. You could tell that, just using DeMarcus Cousins as an example, I reckon he would have relished better if he found a coach that understood him and he could fit in that system, but it just never worked. And I feel like if this situation happens in Boston, it can spiral very quickly. You're going to see dudes like Tatum and Brown get traded off places because they're going to get frustrated. Like, they're heading into their primes and they need to find something that works for them so they can be at their best level. And if that doesn't happen quickly, it could be a mess.
yeah, it all feels messy, especially like the
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown side of it. Like, if you're Jaylen Brown and you're seeing your name up there in these trade rumors and you're going, okay, well, at least surely these are fake, right? I've just, my team's just gone to the NBA Finals. I was the best player. Like, he outplayed Tatum throughout the NBA
yeah,
Finals,
yeah. I
and
agree.
now my name's being thrown around in trade
Yeah,
rumors for Kevin Durant, who, to be fair, it's Kevin Durant, but on to also, for like Jaylen Brown's point of view, a guy that we just beat and didn't play well in the series. And then you've got all this messiness now in the head office. It could be just the little bit of the untangling for the Boston Celtics.
yeah. I just, to see them play so well for that stretch and for it to just go like that, all because of this scandal, yeah, it'd be a shame. But yeah,
Yeah.
if Jaylen Brown, for example, it's a little bit disrespectful if
Yeah.
your name's getting thrown around like that. Like they swept Brooklyn 4-0. Durant, honestly, yeah, didn't do much of anything. Um,
that Brooklyn team to defend Kevin Durant was just a mess, though.
yeah,
Like it wasn't.
Kevin had a lot of pressure on him, same as Kyrie, but like, yeah, Boston did what they did, and they were really good. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I do want to get to the draft, but there was just a couple of things I want to talk to. The other one was, and just on that Boston Celtics thing with Ime Udoka, obviously, like, you know, you never want to condone the poor behaviors of another person, but you kind of like, if I was his player, I do think there is a level of like, oh, like you fucked up. How do you respond to that? And
Yeah.
then how do we move forward as well?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
obviously, like you wouldn't want this to be like this. Oh well, depending on what he's done, obviously. But if from surface level it was a consensual affair, like he's obviously made a really really poor decision and a mistake. But he's a great coach, and that shouldn't necessarily affect his career moving forward. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
mean, to be suspended a whole season, like yeah, I don't
it's
know.
got to be bad. Hey,
It's got to be like I've never seen this before. Honestly,
it's
I've
it's
never
certainly
seen this happen.
it's certainly one of the weirdest suspensions
Yeah,
I can think of.
so it's got to be something they're not telling us. We
Yeah,
may never know. We
I
may
think
never
we
know.
will. I think we
I
will.
think we will,
I think we
but
will.
yeah,
Yeah. All right, moving on. LeBron's tweet this morning. I woke up to a LeBron James tweet saying, "Do I have college eligibility if I went to play another sport besides basketball? How does this rule work?" I think it's
like
so. That was just him being like, "Oh, like, am I allowed to?"
right now, if he went back to
Yeah,
college,
yeah.
I don't know.
Because now you can make money off your name in
Yeah,
the
you
college
can.
system. So there's nothing really stopping him from doing a J.R. Smith and going back and
Yeah, I'm playing golf or something.
well,
Yeah.
the NFL's already retweeted like pictures of LeBron just holding footballs and everything. And
Yeah, because LeBron was that athlete, wasn't he? Wasn't he a wide
yeah,
receiver in high school?
I think he played everything.
Yeah.
Played a
I
bit of
mean,
quarterback. Played a bit of. Um,
hmm.
so how mad with like in terms of like you're talking about a guy that's maybe the best basketball player that's ever stepped on the planet,
Hmm.
and a business guy, someone that's trying to now play until his kids in the league. He's just trying to like create all these. Oh,
Just a
he's not.
legacy.
It's
Yeah.
just like a legacy thing, and like imagine if he goes, I retired from basketball after winning this much, playing this many years, and then I go play college football or I don't know volleyball. I don't know what he's gonna play, but how mad would that be though?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Just do it for a season or something. Yeah, just talking on that fact that players can they can kind of monetize their name now. And it's that I really started agreeing with that when when Zion that whole year was Zion and RJ Barrett at Duke. Um, just if you can get your name that big and get that much support behind you, then yeah, you should be allowed to monetize and be able to make money off it. Because obviously in college you're not making anything. So yeah, I agree with it.
Well, the rules were crazy. Like we've obviously had
Yeah.
friends that have gone and played college sports,
Hmm.
and this. I've seen people that try to say that like college athletes should get paid by the college. I
Yeah.
disagree with that.
Yeah.
Like most of those guys are getting free or discounted
Yeah.
education,
They're
which
doing enough.
which
Yeah.
other people don't get. And in the end, you are representing a school.
Hmm.
Like, so for me, I don't think the college should pay. Which I mean, to be fair, everyone knows that the top college athletes probably are getting money under
Yeah.
the table from their
Yeah.
colleges.
No doubt.
But
No doubt.
like I never agree with the argument of these guys should get paid by the colleges. But the fact that you can't like the rules got so crazy that you couldn't even have like a job outside of
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's silly. Even like my mates now at college, they get their allowance, but their allowance doesn't seem. I don't know. It doesn't seem enough for
yeah.
what they need to do. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you completely. I think if they have a right to earn a living, they have a right to earn a living. that's my take on it.
Yeah, I agree. I think if Nike wants to sponsor a 15-year-old, why not? Who cares?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but how cool would it be to just see LeBron in college?
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Imagine if you're walking to like
you see LeBron
social studies and LeBron's just like at the campus, just walking to his next class.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
If he wants to do that, go for it.
It's mad. Alrighty, let's take a tiny quick break. I'll get Tim onto this podcast.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We are doing first of all, welcome Tim. How are you?
I'm good, man. You like my shirt?
I was about to say, it's funny because I don't know if that guy makes this list.
He's definitely making my list.
All right, so we'll go over what exactly we're doing. So ESPN has released their NBA player rank, where basically every year they rank their players. And let me read what exactly it is they base their rankings off. But to be fair, no one ever seems to think it's even close to right. But yeah, so what they do is the ESPN NBA ranked panel is composed of over 200 reporters, editors, producers, analysts, and they're asked to rank players based on their predicted contributions, quality, and quantity for the 2022-2023 season only. So it's where they think they are going to be this season. What we are going to do is together we're going to create a list. So we're not picking our own teams. We are creating our own list. So I think because it's Ben's first time on the podcast, he can go first. Tim, I'll let you go second. I'll go third. And then we'll just go straight back to Ben after that. So it's just going to keep going around in a circle. And we're going to go... Look, we'll aim for 45. I'd like to get to 60, but we'll see how long we take. But yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah. So we're going, we're going to 60, right?
Let's aim for 60.
All right.
But if we get stuck talking on some stuff, like maybe we just go 45. We'll see.
Yeah, I reckon, we'll be talking about it for a while. But anyway, let's aim for 60. Do you want me to get started?
Yeah, start us off.
All right, so number one, it's got to be Giannis.
That's fair.
Number one, it's got to be Giannis. I'd say he's the best player in the world.
Tim, do you have anything against that?
No. He's definitely the best player.
Yeah, I agree. Cool.
I'd say, they definitely got that one right, ESPN.
Yeah, sweet. All right, Tim, who's number two?
This is just like who we think are the best players, right?
So this is how I perceive this. The way I am going to pick players is I think I am going to pick a player that will contribute, obviously in the regular season, but also how they're going to contribute in the postseason, in the playoffs. And yeah, I guess that's how I'm going to go by it.
Yeah, I need to think of what their form's going to be like in the next season. I need to try to get that in my head.
It is kind of trying to make a prediction.
We're going across like the whole season then. So like it's who's going to be the best type of thing, like across the whole season and into the playoffs, not just for like, one playoff series type of thing.
Yeah, I guess so. You're just picking like, this is how far, like if I pick this person, this is what I'm going to get in the regular season and the playoffs. And I guess how you weigh that up personally. Like I might weigh someone, how they're going to perform in the playoffs. Like if I'm a team that has, for example, we're picking these top guys right now, you kind of expect a lot of these guys to push for a playoff spot. So then I'll start thinking like, maybe this player performs better in the regular season, but would you actually want him above this guy in the playoffs? I think you just got to weigh up what it is you want.
Okay, cool. Well, then my second pick would be, I guess Jokic.
Jokic? Did I send you the list, Tim?
No, but I have it up anyway.
Okay, cool.
So he was the second pick. Yeah, that's my second pick as well.
Great. So I'm number 3. I am going to pick Steph.
I knew you'd pick Steph. I agree with that.
I know Tim probably doesn't.
He would have picked him. He would have picked him first if he went first.
I wouldn't have picked him first. I would have picked Giannis first. I did have Steph as number 2 on my list. But I understand Jokic. Here's my thing. Like, I feel like we saw it in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Who you'd rather have out of Steph and Jokic?
No, not really.
Jokic was missing. Jokic was missing some guys. He was missing Jamal. He was missing Michael Porter Jr. So that's for me right now. And this is a prediction, so it is a prediction. Hey, I'm fine with it.
Jokic brought out.
I had Jokic 3, so we're splitting some hairs here.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. All right, we're back to you, Benny.
All right.
Timmy, hang on a second. Timmy, you against Steph 3?
Yeah. I'd have had Luka 3.
Okay, well, let's listen to Ben. Ben, who are you picking?
Yeah, so I'm with Isaac. I would have had Steph 3. And then I picked Luka 4. Luka's obviously, he's right on the cusp of being at that level with Giannis and Jokic and all that. I just think he has those games where if his shot's not consistent, he can get his head out of the game, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. He has trouble controlling his temperament sometimes. But someone like Giannis and Steph, I think, are a little better at just keeping that cool.
My reason why I also had Luka 4 on my list, so he's kind of gone where I expected him to go. The reason I have Steph above Luka is his ability to play on and off the ball and what he does in terms of a team's offense in 2 different dimensions, where Luka, obviously you put the ball in his hands and he can just do whatever the fuck he wants. But it does become one-dimensional. Yeah,
very ball dominant. Luka needs the ball to be successful. I agree with that.
He was a little bit better with Jalen Brunson.
Super young.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Luke is super young. Steph, what is he, 35 next season? Getting up there.
Is he 35? I thought he was 34 this season.
I think he is 35 next. Yeah, next season.
Yeah, right. As in this coming season, I thought he was 34. Anyway, but Luka's actually my pick. I've put a little bit of money on it already. I've got Luka for MVP this year. Yeah. But in terms of like once you hit the playoff, like that's his value in the regular season. I think once we hit the playoffs, I still have Steph that little edge above him.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. So we've got Luka 4. Tim, your turn.
I'm gonna go with LeBron. LeBron 5.
LeBron 5. So obviously, so in the ESPN rank, LeBron was 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm just moving him. I'm just moving up over. They had Embiid 4.
Yeah,
and they had Jason Tatum ahead of him as well.
Cannot believe.
Did they? No, they didn't. No.
No, they had Tatum 7.
Sorry.
Tatum 7 and KD 7. It's just like I'm taking LeBron over Embiid. It's not like Embiid's that much. It's not like Embiid's that much healthier, really.
Yeah, I agree with that.
How many games did Embiid play last season?
I think he played the most that he ever played last season.
Yeah,
he did miss some time though, from memory.
He played He played 68 games.
Yeah, that's high for Embiid.
I had Embiid 5 on my list and LeBron 6. But
I mean, both healthy in the playoffs. Like you're gonna pick LeBron.
Yeah.
It is one of those things where it's like, are we at year 20 now? Is this year 20 for LeBron?
I think it is.
I mean, so Ben, Tim and I, we've been friends for, basically since we were in grade 5. And for as long as we've watched basketball together, it's kind of almost been, at least like the last 5 years, it's kind of been, what year is LeBron in again?
Yeah.
And he just keeps on going. So I don't know. I put Embiid above him, but if you've got a playoff series, I don't know if you want. There's a chance next season you might want Embiid over LeBron, but
it all depends on health, really. It all depends on health.
I mean,
and father time at some point, right?
Yeah, it's got to happen. But LeBron, he's still going strong. I agree with Tim. I would have put LeBron 5 as well.
I haven't seen any Joel Embiid videos of him dunking with his 2 kids.
That's because Embiid's not about his personal brand. He's about winning.
Winning what?
Did you see? Oh, Tim, we talked about this before you came on. Did you see LeBron's tweet today?
Which one?
He tweeted. Let me find the exact tweet. I've lost it. He tweeted out. Where's it gone? He tweeted out, do I have college eligibility if I went to play another sport besides basketball? How does the rules work?
You're talking about like football. You're talking about football.
Either that or imagine him playing like indoor volleyball.
He'd suck.
What do you mean he'd suck? That guy can play indoor volleyball.
Like you gotta be able to do things other than just jump and hit a ball.
That's fair enough. No, but indoor you got like 6 guys, right?
He would suck. He wouldn't make the indoor volleyball team.
Fair enough. All right, moving on. Is it my pick?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've already talked about it. I've got Embiid there.
Embiid.
Does anyone against that?
Nah, I would have put Tatum there, but
I would have put Tatum there as well.
But he didn't really have a good final series. And who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen?
Here's the thing. The thing with Embiid, though, is like, is there a player that when he's like dominating, like scoring at all 3 levels and everything, like, is there a player that just like dominates as hard as he does in the league? Like, I don't think Tatum can like dominate a game in the same manner that Embiid can.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Embiid's gone way better at getting to the line. Even if he's not finishing around the rim, he's very adept at using fakes and drawing fouls. And his free throw shooting's improved a lot. Like, he doesn't miss many free throws. So yeah, I agree with that. He can get points up quick.
It just feels like something always happens.
Yeah, I agree. It's all health with him.
Like either something happens to his health or something happens to the team, or like, I don't know, something happens and they just don't win.
I think it's just Philly though. I don't even know if that's him. It's just Philly's got something going on.
All this Ben Simmons stuff.
And now they have
on the Reddit podcast. Have you seen that? Like Simmons has said a whole bunch of stuff on the JJ Redick podcast, and then Austin Rivers came out and tweeted. See Austin Rivers tweet, Tim?
No, I didn't see Austin Rivers. What, did he dispute it or?
Yeah, he came out and he was like, "This man is just a straight liar." He's like, because the JJ Redick talked about Ben Simmons getting kicked out of practice and how Doc managed that. And yeah. Austin Rivers was like, "This guy's just straight lying through his teeth."
Yeah, Ben's just lost all credibility.
I mean, who are you going to trust? Who are you going to trust more, Ben Simmons or the son of the coach that's getting shit on? I don't even know.
Exactly, I don't even know.
All
right, so we got Embiid 6. Yeah. So now we're back to Ben. Who's number 7?
All right, as Timmy said, I would put Tatum at 7. I think even though Boston's got that whole scandal going with Ime, I think Tatum just took that step last year. I think he's going to keep progressing that way. His shot selection is just so much better. Like he was better at dictating what shot he wanted to get. That made sense.
Yeah. I talked to Tim about this throughout the playoffs last season. He really, because the season before it was just a whole bunch of mid-range jumpers. It was like
just poor shots.
Yeah, poor shots, mid-range jumpers, taking tough shots. A lot better at getting to the line, a lot better at getting to the rim, and probably taking a few more threes. And a much more willing and a much better or much improved passer as well.
Yeah, he had that. How many assists did he have? Which game was it?
Yeah, there was a big game
10
where
or 11 assists.
He shot poorly, right? But
he impacted the game. That's that's that next step he took. And even his three ball just got way more consistent. More consistent. Yeah.
No, there's definitely. I think there's like an argument to be made for Tatum. Like he's sitting 7 on our list, but there's a world where you'd have him over Embiid and LeBron next season, right?
Yeah, he's going to keep climbing. Same as Luka. He's going to keep climbing.
Absolutely. All right, Tim, number 8.
Well,
this is tough.
Then Kawhi.
Yes, Tim.
Okay.
Yes, Tim. I 100% agree with that.
I mean, he could get injured. Like, yeah, entirely possible he gets injured again. But like, if he doesn't, he's better than Jason Tatum.
If he's the same,
pretty much everyone else.
If he's the same guy he was, he could be number 2.
Yeah, he could be like
exactly.
He could be number 2 or 3 if he was fully healthy.
The only reason he's 8 is that injury concern.
Yeah, he also might just play like 5 games, and no one actually knows why. Like he doesn't actually have a reason.
Yeah, he might just play 50 games, but he'll play enough games to get them in the playoffs, and then if he's healthy, he'll just ball out in the playoffs.
He is looking fucking jacked.
Yeah, bro. That photo.
That picture can't be real.
No, but have you seen the video of him?
It looks like he has rugby player legs, man.
Yeah, I know the photo you're talking about, but have you seen? There was this video going around of him at a run that he was at, and he is looking strong. He's always looked strong, but he's looking.
He's had extra time, so
a different kind of big.
Why is that player who's not messing around when he's injured? Like he is rehabilitating.
That picture looked like he was Isaiah Papali'i about to catch a forward pass from Mitchell Moses.
Benny, Tim's a salty Cowboys fan right now.
Oh yeah.
I actually received
I feel for you, man.
I received a message from his girlfriend saying, "Please take him away from me," because he's in a sad state.
He's that salty.
Wow, Kawhi 8. I didn't have Kawhi at 8. I had a little note because Anthony Davis is number 20 on the list, on the ESPN list, and Kawhi is sitting at 13. And I was kind of like, look, if you're going to put Kawhi at 13, Anthony Davis has to be like 14, right? Because like all the guys that they put ahead of him, a healthy Anthony Davis is better than all those guys. And so I don't know if they've just like gone, let's minus like 5 spots for each of them, or like 8 spots for each of them, and then just see if they're healthy as like a risk and reward kind of thing. But yeah, obviously a healthy Kawhi is there. But if I'm a fan, if I'm an NBA fan,
80's 10 for me. Like 80's like.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is like if you're gonna put Kawhi in this spot who hasn't played, you can't put 80 at 20. But
I think like people just soft on 80. Like they look at Kawhi who hasn't played for like 2 seasons and they give him more credit than Anthony Davis who like played but just got injured.
Yeah.
And like one of those seasons, like the whole Lakers team got injured because, they played all the way through in the bubble and they had like no off season. They come back and pretty much every player in the Miami Heat got injured, every player in the Lakers got injured.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why he got injured. Whereas Kawhi, who knows with him? Like he only plays like 50 games a season anyway.
So this is the thing. So we've put Kawhi at 8, which I feel like is my pick next. Hey, I think it's a little bit disrespectful to Kevin Durant.
I mean,
he had a bad playoff series on a team where like they weren't even a team, and I think Brooklyn.
But that was tough though. Like, have you ever seen him like defensively just get like? I've never seen him get his shot blocked like twice in one game.
Yeah, they were on him. They were on him.
But I think I don't like. We're talking for me. Like if I've got a team that I'm a fan of, and you tell me that like I'm either gonna have Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard on my team, I'm feeling more comfortable with Kevin Durant on my team because I'm like that guy at least like he loves to play, but like he's always on the court. Like if he can be on the court, he's on the court. He's playing. I understand that he had a bad series, but not that long removed from that, he was a toe away from beating Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. But
that's a whole season ago though. Like he tore his Achilles, man.
But he was playing for a team last year that I think was so like such a mess that with an off season, hopefully Ben Simmons plays. Like Ben Simmons is way down this list, and like to the point where
it's the same team this season though.
No, it's the same
team. It's not
team.
like they had a smooth off season.
No, it's been a messy off season actually. So that's fair enough. I would just put, for me personally, I would have put Kevin Durant in that 8 spot. But so I'll pick Kevin Durant at 9.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. Not that long ago, going into last season when I saw this list, I don't remember where he ranked last year, but I was like, for me, it's like Giannis and KD. And I don't look at KD quite like that anymore. But for him to go from that to 9th feels kind of crazy.
Yeah, we had a lot of dudes step up last year.
Yeah.
Like Tatum, for example.
I guess like the Kawhi and Kevin Durant, the 8 and 9 spot, like we said about Kawhi, there's a chance that next season he's the second best player on this list and you're not surprised. I feel like Kevin Durant, like you're not going to be shocked if he comes in and he's great.
But that's the thing. I don't think that KD would be the second best player on this list. Like I don't think he would be the second best player next season. There's no way that he's the second best player next season. He has an Achilles, man. Like I feel like last season actually showed, like it finally showed that his injuries and then like the age, like catching up to him, he just looked. He was getting a shot block like every game. That's nuts.
Yeah, he looked overwhelmed. I agree with that. Like he couldn't really handle what was being thrown at him.
Whereas like the last time we saw Kawhi play, he was dominating Dallas like by himself, just dunking on people.
That's fair enough. All right. So wait, whose turn? Oh, it's Benny's turn. So for number 10. So
this is where.
Oh yeah. You go.
This is where it gets interesting. I'm gonna have to go. With Ja Morant.
Hard to argue. I had him 9th on my list, so he's dropped a spot.
Yeah. I reckon he's in that spot where if he has another what all NBA team did he make? Did he make an all? He was first team.
Was he first with Luka? Because Steph dropped out of the first team.
Yeah, so it would have had to have been Morant at the point. If he has another season like that, then
I think he was second. I think.
I'm pretty sure he was second. I don't know if he was one.
Who were first team?
It was Luka.
Giannis, Jokic.
Luka Booker.
Oh, that's right.
Booker.
And then second team was Steph and
Ja.
And that's who I was tossing up again with, Booker and Ja. But I'd have Ja above Booker just because Morant is probably, he's the most athletic at his position, but some of the things he does, like skill-wise, I've never seen people do, like how he manipulates himself in the air, how he covers ground, and how he beats people off the dribble. And it's not even with dribble moves. It's just using body fakes and all that, it's impressive. Yeah. I just think he's just going to, keep improving his shot and keep having, I just think he's going to have a monster season.
Yeah, highly confident, highly skilled, like crazy athleticism. And he's playing on
a young team.
And a really good team. Like,
really good young team.
The record without him, I was talking to someone the other day about how NBA players can kind of get knocked if their team plays well without the star player. Which I don't think it should be like that. It's not really like that in rugby league or anything. Basketball is a sport where one guy can obviously influence the outcome of a game more than a lot of other sports. But he's just playing on an ultra competitive, ultra talented team that's really tough and young, and he's definitely the best player on that. So number 10. Tim, are you happy with that at 10? You obviously had Anthony Davis.
Yeah, like I was going to put AD there just because it's AD. I feel like a healthy AD is better than Jar, probably better than KD, probably on the same level as Tatum, really.
Yeah, I mean, healthy AD is pretty unstoppable, but it's been a bit since we've seen that. So yeah, hopefully he comes back next year.
But if I was like, I put Kawhi at 8, so like I'll put AD at 11 is my next one.
AD.
Yeah, I like that.
So he was 20th on the ESPN list, which was one of the first glaring things to me. It's
like even Anthony Davis at, I don't know, Anthony Davis at 50 games in the season is better than Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, that's crazy. Some of the names that
bro.
Carl Anthony
Towns, Damian Lillard, Trae Young.
Like, did we watch Carl Anthony Towns play in the playoffs last season? Like,
yeah.
What?
In what world would you want Rudy Gobert in the NBA over Anthony Davis? Like,
yeah, that's nuts. So I think last year's this list, like Rudy Gobert last year was 25, and then this year he's 18. So he's moved up 7 spots. I don't understand how Rudy Gobert moved up 7 spots.
Yeah, like how do you
earn that? Traded.
Is it
when he got traded away because Utah can't win.
Yeah.
They bumped
Made a good point. Yeah. I mean, did you see him in Eurobasket in the final?
He had a tough final.
It was like
6.6 boards. Like he can't create anything. He's just a lob catcher and maybe hits like an odd hook shot here and there.
This is my thing. I mean, unless one of you guys pick him, I'm not picking a guy in the top 20 that he's known to be a defensive player. Like, that's his thing. Like, he's this great defender. I'm not picking a guy in the top 20 that's known to be a great defender, and in the playoffs, you have to bench him because of his defensive lapses.
He can't switch. You can't put him on a guard.
You can't switch on anyone. So there's like a specific, unless the team's going, you want a Rudy Gobert type piece in a playoff series because you might come up against like a Phoenix Suns with DeAndre Ayton, or maybe like you can have him with it on a Giannis, maybe like defending at the rim. But he's like,
I want him off the bench, honestly.
He literally gets, the centerpiece in the NBA. While it's come back, like you want that rim protector, a big rim protector. You don't want them to be the guy that you've thrown all this money into, and it's kind of like, oh, we have a guy playing 15 minutes in a playoff game, and we're paying him how much money? So
to be fair, like Utah's perimeter defense wasn't exactly great.
No.
Like they were just letting people just go by, like just walk past them.
And if you had the Timberwolves are going to have the same problem this year. They got fucking D'Angelo Russell in their backcourt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you had like Rudy Gobert with like Anthony Davis on that like 2020 Lakers team, that's entirely different. Like,
I mean, if you swapped
unstoppable.
If you swapped Rudy Gobert out for say an Andrew Wiggins or a Draymond Green piece in the Warriors. Like, obviously, if you just put him straight into that starting 5, that's a bit ridiculous. But if you, say, swap out Draymond Green and put in a Rudy Gobert, he's going to look a lot better defensively
for
that team. But yeah, anyway, so we've done Anthony Davis at 11. He's jumped 9 spots from the ESPN list. I'm going to go at number 12. I'm going to pick Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I knew you'd pick Jimmy.
I'm not predicting.
Jimmy Buckets over James Harden?
Oh, all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd definitely pick him over Harden.
That guy, dude, Jimmy Butler was a 3 away from taking the Heat to two finals in 3 years.
Don't remind me that I can't believe he took that 3.
Yeah, I was watching it just the other day. But 1-3 away. He was a shot away from, and you know, missing players in that Heat Boston series. What he did against the Lakers in the finals. We haven't seen Harden do that on that sort of stage.
Oh no, I think I was joking. I would take him over.
Oh right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought is
is
that a fine spot for Jimmy?
Yeah, that's above. Like I'd have him above Devin Booker.
I have him above Devin Booker.
James Harden. The fact that Karl Anthony Towns is above Jimmy Butler is just ridiculous.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler.
Dame Lillard, like what?
For the ESPN list, Jimmy Butler's at 17, and so they've
Paul
got
George.
They had Trae Young ahead of him, Paul George, Lillard, Cat, Devin Booker, James Harden. It seems a bit like if I go, oh, I'm in a playoff, like Jimmy Butler's playing on a playoff team. If you tell me that I've got that guy against those guys in the playoffs, like that's the guy I'm gonna trust. Right?
Well, Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is like a top 10.
Yeah.
Like playoff Jimmy's like top 10 in the league.
He only drops out because he chills. He coasts a little bit.
He does during the regular season. He shot terribly from 3 all season and then shows up in the playoffs and is knocking down big shots. So
yeah, except that last week.
But I think
which is a brick.
Does that, you know, we've got 3, me being the best of them, 3 shooters on this podcast right now, and but like, is this like for Jimmy? Is it like, oh, like he's just not a great shooter, or is it throughout the regular season he's just focused in on getting through the regular season and then starts ramping up, probably the amount of shots he's taking, getting consistent, like whatever he's doing, like there's obviously got to be something there. It doesn't just like, oh, it's the playoffs, I'm just now better.
It's weird though.
Yeah, it's just a mindset.
You'd think it'd be like the opposite. Like you think in the regular season, kind of like what LeBron does, where he'll just jack up threes, maybe like, try to work on his 3-point shots or his pull-up shots in the regular season, or try working shots that he's not really gonna necessarily take in like a super high leverage situation, and just like get his rhythm and use the regular season as practice. Whereas like with Jimmy, it's like he doesn't take that many threes in the regular season, and then when it comes to playoffs, because teams are giving him the 3, he's like, oh shit, I got to take that 3 now. But I think he kind of has a different 3-point. He has like 2 different 3-point shots. So he has like the set one, which he takes, and then he like has an actual jump shot, which he takes sometimes. And it seems like he normally takes them in like the playoffs, where he's making a stupid turnaround 3-pointer in the corner to like tie the game in the fourth quarter. We'll take a 3-point jump shot. Whereas in the regular season, he's just taking, like just 1 or 2 set shots a game from 3.
We've all been in positions though where we've played on teams. This is what I think it is. I think it's when you play on a team and you're not hyper focused in on scoring. So like throughout the regular season, like Jimmy's just like basically just trying to get through the regular season. He gets his other guys involved. He prefers to be like a facilitator. But, when they went to the finals against the Lakers and this postseason, there was a lot of chat around the fact that the Heat wanted him to score first, which isn't like his normal, that's not how he goes about playing basketball usually. And I know for me personally, and, I don't know, you guys might feel the same way. If you're in a team where you're like, I'm sharing the ball, I'm facilitating, whatnot. Like, and your mind's not locked in on I'm going to shoot the fucking ball like every time I touch it, and you don't shoot the ball the same. But then if you're just going, I'm going to score the basketball, you kind of get into a little bit of a mindset and a focus that's different to, I guess, the coasting that he would do throughout the regular season.
There's guys that can do both. I mean, maybe he's not one of those guys. Like, maybe he's not one of the, like, he's not a LeBron, like KD, James Harden type of player who could just switch it on and off at like a really high level. But it is kind of weird. Like, you'd think he'd just take more threes in the regular season.
Yeah. I just don't think he's focused.
Save his body.
Yeah.
Not like drive too much.
And that's the other thing, is he gets up more threes in the playoffs. And the more threes you shoot, if you're not shooting many in the regular season, there's a good chance that you will actually shoot a not so great percentage, as opposed to you start putting up more threes, you start making more threes, you get into a different kind of rhythm.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. But he's definitely better than, like, he's almost better than everyone ahead of him up until, like, Kevin Durant.
I mean, you put Jimmy in a, like, we talked about this. I don't think Jimmy melts down the way Tatum does against Golden State in the finals.
No, Jimmy would be going to the line 12 times a game, just crashing into people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously we've got Tatum at 7, so.
Yeah, and he wouldn't be losing his handle or making crazy turnovers or, you know, but he chills in the regular season.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's just that Jimmy can, like, he can score 30 on you and then he guards the best offensive player on the other team. Like, not many dudes above him can do that. Maybe Kawhi.
No, absolutely. I mean, Tatum has that ability too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Butler's just that lockdown dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. He seems like a good teammate too. Like, I feel like you'd want to roll with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, if the culture's good. Yeah, for sure.
That's fair. He has had some.
He's had some running.
You don't want the Minnesota culture, but if you're in that Heat culture, then
yeah,
Jimmy's locked in. All right, Benny, it's your turn. Number 13.
13. So while you guys are talking, I mean, I honestly don't know. This could go either way. So yeah, healthy Damian Lillard is very good. Like, one of the best offensive players on the planet, but that's not a guarantee. I'm going to have to go with Devin Booker, because he took that step last year. I wouldn't have put him, you said he was first team, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have put him first team, but he definitely took that step where he could score close range, mid-range, 3-point consistently. He got to the line consistently. Defensively, he wasn't a liability. He was pretty good. Even some games, he's like a very good rebounder. Got boards, facilitated better. So yeah, I'd put Booker there.
Yeah, nice.
13.
I agree. I had him next. All right, Tim. Your pick.
You just picked Booker, right?
Yeah, Booker.
Yeah.
And the thing about Devin Booker is, he's going to play.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these guys that are coming
durable.
up next, it's just kind of like, will they, won't they? Will they be there?
That's a good point.
Yeah, there's a lot of injury-prone players in the next. Well, my pick is not going to be injury-prone, because my pick's Trae Young, obviously.
Trae.
Like, so obvious. He's like the only one in the ESPN ranking, like the top 20 that's left, that isn't actually injury-prone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of Rudy Gobert, but like we already discussed, he just
He's
not picking Rudy Gobert.
Hell no.
I wouldn't have had Trae Young in this spot, but
because you're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
You are the biggest Trae Young hater.
I'm not a hater.
Yes, you are. But anyway, everyone coming next, like injury questions about them, and he doesn't. And he plays like pretty much all the games, and he balls out. Like there's no attitude, there's no like he's not trying, quitting, that type of shit.
Yeah. See, the thing with Trae this next season, his defensive deficiencies won't be on display as much because you got DeJounte Murray there, who's gonna be taking up the better offensive point guards on other teams.
Yeah, but it could lead to a new deficiency in the fact that he is now playing with another player that lacks the ball in his hands.
Yeah, that's the other factor with it. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Maybe that finally do more off-ball Trae stuff.
I think Trae's capable of doing that, kind of like Steph.
And finally get him to like spot up or run off screens and do that, that would just make that offense so much more dangerous, honestly.
He gets up for
it. If he starts doing that.
The thing I like about Trae Young is he fucking gets up for it.
Yeah, he's all about
it. It's amazing that you dislike him so much when he's exactly the type of player you like.
That's what I don't dislike him. All I dislike about Trae Young is the chat that is in and around him comparing him to Stephen Curry, and I think there's levels to this.
There's no way you can dislike someone who's bowing in the center of the court in Madison Square Garden.
He has some tendencies that I certainly enjoy. I wouldn't have had him in this spot, but I don't think I have him as low as you think I would have had him, Tim. But I wouldn't have had him here. But anyway, my next pick is Paul George. I would have had Paul George in that 14 spot.
PG.
I think Paul George and Kawhi this season are going to be a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Heard that before?
We have. But the thing is this is the health thing. Like, if he does stay healthy, like, he's the sort of player that pushes for an MVP.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But he did. Well, but he is though. Like, he came second the year he played for OKC.
Yeah.
He was up there when he was playing for the Clippers until he got hurt. Like, I think Paul George
was 4 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know if Paul George can recreate. Like, Paul George, I agree with where you put him. I just don't know if he can recreate that sort of season.
Look what he's done with the Clippers, though, without Kawhi being there.
I don't know. I think he had an inefficient season last year. He was very turnover prone. And he had games where he scored a lot, but it also took a high quantity of shots.
They also didn't really have a point guard, though.
Yeah.
Like, they got Reggie Jackson. They got Reggie Jackson.
The most inefficient player in the league. So I agree with that.
They got Reggie Jackson, but he's a 2.
Yeah.
In a
he's
1
not
spot.
Mm-hmm.
So Paul George is kind of being asked to be the point guard, which isn't like, I think he's more like not your primary ball handler, but he's like your second. He's like your secondary, and he's capable of doing it, but he's probably asked to do a little bit more in that regard than what you'd ideally want him. But when you're talking about someone like in a playoff series, if Paul George is healthy, like elite shooter, defender, can handle the ball, like there's not a lot of deficiencies there. Yeah, whereas like someone like Trae Young, I think there's more question marks around Trae Young's game as opposed to Paul George. His biggest question mark is his health. Mm-hmm. Out of the two, I would have just swapped the two. I would have had Paul George 14, Trae Young 15. So it's like splitting hairs, right?
Yeah, it's the same with Kawhi Durant.
Yeah,
splitting hairs.
I know Trae gives me that. I'd be happy to rely on you in like a really high leverage moment.
Oh yeah.
But I don't care. Like, I don't care if you're taking a shot with like 3 seconds to go. I don't care if you're taking like a 30-footer with 3 seconds to go. You feel that he's gonna like come up with the goods. Whereas with Paul George, you're like, I don't know, which Paul George are we going to get?
With 3 minutes to go in a playoff game, I think there's a chance I might rather have Trae Young than Paul George. But for the
like in the like you've seen Trae do it like the last two seasons already.
But for the 45 minutes before that, I might be picking Paul George.
Yeah.
All right, Benny, your turn. Number 16.
16. Yeah, I'm in two minds about this one. I feel like Jaylen Brown at his best is higher than 22.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pick Lillard. I think he's gonna have a bounce back year, and without CJ there, I think Moore's gonna be asked of him, and I think he's gonna be capable of it. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Lillard.
Lillard 16. I didn't know where to put Lillard.
I know. It's just he had such a bad start to the season shooting wise. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen again.
I had Lillard 16 on my list, but I didn't like.
Yeah, with an asterisk.
Yeah, it's I don't really know. But obviously, a Lillard. This is the thing with Lillard, though, is he's now, on that other side of 30.
Yeah.
And he does seem to be like, there's certain guys that are on the other side of 30 that just aren't seeming to they're almost still getting better. Like,
yeah,
LeBron's game continues to evolve. Steph seems like he's the fittest he's ever been.
Yeah.
Lillard's had the injury doubts, but obviously, if he's just on a bad team as well, though.
Yeah, I know.
Have they loaded up their roster this season, or have they gotten worse?
I don't think they've loaded up anything.
Yeah, I think they've done absolutely nothing. Do you know if quick tangent? Do you know if John Wall's on this top 100?
I don't think so.
He's Clippers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, it's just a thought. Injuries.
No, he's not.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's just another player I think is going to have a good year. But
I'm looking at this Portland roster.
Yeah.
They are fucked. They're not good. They are.
But if we're looking at Lillard,
but I just think it's gonna be tough for Lillard. Like, you've been injured for this long. Oh man.
See, I don't know, but then I look at the other names and I'm like,
they're gonna have horrible defense. I mean, they got Gary Payton.
I would have put Cat above Lillard here.
See, I just can't do that.
Like, I'm going. My pick's next. I'm going James Harden.
Oh shit! We haven't picked James Harden. Oh, I would have picked James.
I feel like we're getting a bit disrespectful.
No, we are. I actually forgot to.
I actually forgot James Harden too.
I actually have ticked him off for some reason. I don't know why I ticked him off.
So Harden's in at 17. I'm still going to keep Lillard there at 16.
Like, I would have picked Harden instead of Paul George. Like, I would have gone like Trae.
I would have picked George. Harden before Trae.
But you hate it.
I would have picked Trae before Harden. I'm not mad with where Harden is right now. Harden just has those games where he is, you know what I mean? He's just not there.
I think I kind of have tier. Like, I'm kind of looking at this, and there's like certain tiers. Like, I think there's the top 6 tier. So like from Giannis to Embiid that we have. Then I think there's the Tatum, Kawhi, Kevin Durant tier. Then I think there's the Ja, Anthony Davis, Jimmy tier. And then after that, I think the Devin Booker, Trae Young, Paul George, Lillard, Harden. I think Harden should be ahead of Lillard. And I think Harden falls into that. I think he should be around the top of that Devin Booker, Trae Young, Paul George tier. Pushing into the Jimmy Butler tier. Oh, we've lost Tim.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's unreliable.
I'm happy to swap that pick around.
We can all vote. Should we swap that pick?
Yeah, I dead set forgot Harden was on the list.
I accidentally ticked him.
He sort of just no lie. I forgot.
What, Harden instead of Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can interchange those. I'm happy to do that.
I'm also happy to push Harden ahead of Trae Young.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm
happy to put him ahead of Paul George. It's not Trey.
See,
I wouldn't put him
I
in
would
front of
rather
Trey.
go. Okay, we'll swap Harden and Lillard.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I don't think
you'd rather go James. You'd rather go James Harden, Paul George than Trey Young.
Yeah, maybe.
Based off the last 2 seasons,
I would rather have Harden and
Trey Young.
I got a good feeling about Harden this season.
I would have James Harden, but Paul George above Trey Young. I mean, come on.
I'd comfortably have Harden and Paul George ahead of Trey Young, and I wouldn't be surprised if Harden's outplaying Devin Booker this season. Alrighty.
I reckon we're just going to leave it at that because I'm going to change everything.
Yeah. So we're going Harden 16, Lillard 17.
Yeah, that's my bad. I completely forgot about James Harden. No lie.
That's all our bads. We made mistakes. I think. Do I pick? Do I pick Karl Anthony Towns here? I won't be picking Rudy Gobert.
No.
Here's my thing. This is where I start going. In a playoff game, do I want this person or that person? Like, do I want Karl Anthony Towns or do I want Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, I'm picking Brown all day.
Do I want Karl Anthony Towns or Bam Adebayo? Because I think even if Adebayo is not scoring the ball, everything else he does is way better.
But sometimes he really doesn't score the ball. Like, he has games where he can be very quiet.
Look, Jaylen Brown was the second best player in a finals a few months ago. So I'm going to pick Jaylen Brown.
I like that.
All right, your turn, Ben.
Oh, Jaylen Brown.
Well, if you didn't pick Jaylen there, I would have picked him at 19. But now we're talking about...
Sorry, Ben. You didn't like the Jaylen Brown pick, Tim?
No, I love that pick. Oh, sorry. You're talking Tim. All good.
Oh, no, I just like... Oh, I thought they, like, ESPN had him, like, way lower. But I guess it's only 3 spots up. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I was saying I would have picked Jaylen with my next pick, but you've already picked him, which I'm completely fine with. Now that we're talking about Cat more, I'd probably put him at number 19. Because when Cat's on, when he's in that zone, he is one of the best players in the league. When he's got that 3 ball going and he's effective near the ring, he's got that mid-range.
I have a legitimate question about Karl Anthony Towns. Is he anyone in the world's favorite player? Like, does anyone in the world have Karl Anthony Towns as their favorite player?
I don't even think he's any Minnesota fan's favorite player.
That's the thing.
Yeah, he's odd. He's just an odd scenario. But he's incredibly talented. Like, he's going to be a perennial. Like, how 3 All-Star games? 3 or 4 at this point.
Is he the worst decision maker out of the 20 best basketball players in the league? Like, does he make the worst defensive decisions? Just like jumping on people's backs, fouling out.
That is true. He can be very foul prone.
I mean, if we're talking defensively, like Trae Young and James Harden have some lapses there.
Yeah, even Luka.
I mean, yeah, but that's not like they're not doing like silly stuff like
that's more just like
3 fouls,
effort.
let me go jump on the back of someone and like try to get this rebound and get the 4th foul and then get fouled out
and attack.
Like, they ain't doing that type of stuff.
That's right. Anyway. Tim, your turn.
At 19.
Trying to make sure I haven't missed anything.
Let's go.
So is Tim 19 or is Tim 20? Because I got Cat at 19.
Yeah, Tim's 20.
Oh, okay.
Cat at 19.
I was like, did we miss some? All good.
At 19. I'm going to go
How's the suspense?
Gets pretty thin here. There's always like a big drop.
It's tough.
I would actually, if Jamal Murray was healthy, like if I knew Jamal Murray was like Jamal Murray pre-ACL, I would have him.
You have Jamal here?
Like I'd have him here, but not right now. I think I'd go Bam.
Bam. Yeah, I was tossing up between Bam and Cat, to be honest. It was my pick.
Just because he's going to get like, I think you have a better shot, like jump shot this season. He's just going to continue to get better. And that's like the area of his game that one game he had against the Celtics when he just popped off. I feel like he could do more of that this season.
Yeah, I agree.
He gets like more confident in his jump shot.
I don't hate it. As you're making these decisions, are you thinking about the playoffs and stuff? Because obviously, like Bradley Beal's someone that's like Bradley Beal's going to give you 32 a game.
Well, the way I was thinking about these is, one, like, are they going to last the whole regular season? Like, are they actually going to try the whole regular season? And then when it gets to the playoffs, like, are they a big performer in the playoffs as well?
Yeah.
Like a balance of both. It's almost like an entire, like, season MVP type of thing.
Yeah.
And, like, the players in and around, you know, ESPN had Donovan Mitchell at 24, Bam at 23, Jalen at 22, Chris Paul at 21.
Yeah.
And like you said, Bradley Beal's 19. But, I mean, Bradley Beal gets injured. Like, we haven't seen him play for so long. And he plays for the Wizards. Chris Paul, like, there's one person that's going to slow down or get injured again. Like, Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell.
It happens every postseason. He doesn't last the season.
Yeah. Like, Donovan Mitchell, who knows? Anthony Edwards, like, you know, Ben's kind of the only one that's actually shown the ability to be healthy all the way through and perform in the playoffs. Go deep in the playoffs.
Suns fans need to form a petition and just like let the Suns organization know that they're cool for Chris Paul to just sit out games. Like, you know what, Chris, you don't have to play. We just want you for the playoffs because he just breaks down.
But even if he does sit out games, he just gets injured somehow. Like, he'll just take a hit in the playoffs and like sprain his shoulder.
It's tough. Because temperament-wise, like, I mean, I'm a big Chris Paul fan. Like, I like the way he plays. I like his demeanor. I like everything about him. But there is that injury risk. And that's why my next pick is going to be Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
I like that.
I think I'd rather have Drew Holiday than Bradley Beal, Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell. Anthony Edwards is so high, man.
Yeah, way too high.
It's just because he has that like special sauce about him. I don't know what it is.
Does any other team have 3 players in the top 25? Minnesota has 3 players in the top 25.
For a team that has 3 players in the top 25.
They do.
Then they're not going to be. I feel like they're not going to be one of
top
the 5,
maybe.
They're not a top 5 team in the
league. One
of
the 4 best teams in the league.
No, I'm talking about in the West. Top 5 in the West.
Oh.
Maybe. Not in the league. God, no.
They could be top. They could be top 5 in the West.
They should be. If they're not, that's disappointing.
Warriors.
What they put together.
Nuggets.
I reckon Dallas will be up there.
Dallas don't have Brunson this season, but probably.
I don't think that matters. I think Luka's going to do his thing. Clippers got to be out there.
Yeah, you got
Clippers.
You got Warriors, Dallas, Clippers, Nuggets.
Oh, Jamal. Yeah, man. Hopefully they made the 8.
And then it's pretty much.
The Nuggets.
And then there's the Lakers if
Phoenix.
they're healthy.
Like you have Phoenix. So like Warriors.
Oh
Phoenix.
God, Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah. Oh, God.
Warriors, Phoenix, Memphis. And then the Nuggets. I'd put Warriors, Phoenix, Memphis, Nuggets.
Oh, Memphis.
Yeah, I think Dallas will finish below Minnesota.
Like top four, like I feel like the top four would be like Warriors, Phoenix, Memphis, Nuggets, and some
Yeah, I
order.
agree.
Yeah, and then I think Clippers and Dallas are around there.
Yeah, and then everything after that is just people get injured, people come back healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, Minnesota's not making that. They're going to be in the playing game.
Yeah, they will. Man, that's sad.
Well, okay. Rudy Gobert does like boost your regular season though. Like he gives you a lot in the regular season.
Can I make a point? So Benny, it's your pick, but Rudy Gobert is ranked higher than Donovan Mitchell on this list.
I know, I think that's criminal.
I think Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland's going to be.
I think it's going to be.
Could be a thing.
I think Darius Garland is going to be very willing to let Donovan be that main scorer. I believe.
What are you drinking, Tim?
Watermelon strawberry and mint smoothie.
Yeah.
That's cute. So,
all right,
Benny,
my pick. I love the Drew Holiday pick because he's a proven winner, and he can get you buckets if you want, or if need be.
Also, the best perimeter defender in the league.
Yeah, no doubt. He's better than Marcus Smart, I think, defending 1-on-1. Oh man. Okay.
Do you add a little gin to that drink, Tim?
Bro, it's 12 o'clock, man.
It's 1 o'clock. I've gotten a message. It's sunny outside.
No, but we started this like at 12. Like I'm not.
Yeah, damn, we've been going for a while. All right. I wish I could put Bradley, but has he ever made a playoff?
Bradley Beal. Yeah, there was that one series he had with John Wall where they both kind of balled out. More so John Wall, I think. Oh no, Bradley played well in that.
So I wish if Bradley had like history, because he's very good regular season.
They got Porzingis this year though.
What's that? Porzingis?
They got Porzingis this year, so it could be.
That's whatever. That's whatever.
What if Porzingis just turns back the clock?
It's good.
Yeah, that'd be unreal. Honestly.
He had moments in Dallas.
I just think that was not a good fit for him.
No,
just didn't work out.
Bradley Beal?
I'm gonna go with Donovan just with his situation. I think Cleveland are gonna be better suited to make not a finals run, but be a better playoff team. But I have my reservations because Donovan, he can be wildly inconsistent shooting the ball.
Yeah.
His shot selection can be very suspect.
And the defense is suspect too. But he's playing with Evan Mobley.
He's playing
Allen.
And he's surrounded and he's got a veteran like Kevin Love. This is probably the best team he's been on, talent-wise.
Which is crazy to think because that Utah
I know he
Jazz
played
team,
that Utah was
it's like just a team that finished top 2 all the time.
Yeah, Mike Conley was just super underwhelming. I thought Mike Conley was going to be way better for that team. Yeah, I'm going to go with Donovan. I feel like he's going to get more open looks this season and he's going to shoot a better clip because he's got someone like Darius Garland drawing in defenders. He can be more of a spot-up dude. Yeah, I'm going to go with Donovan.
Great. I'm cool with that. All right, Tim.
Donovan. I'm going to go... Jamal.
You said Demar or Jamal?
Demar.
Demar, okay.
Oh, is it Jamal?
Yeah, I was like, I heard Demar.
Not Jamal. No, not Jamal.
Relax.
Look, Tim doesn't mind. Tim doesn't mind a punt. I wasn't.
Yeah, DeRozan.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was gonna go Ant.
DeRozan being 28 after. DeRozan being 28 after the year he just had. You were gonna go Ant.
I know. I was gonna go Ant. I was like, he just has something. There's just something about it.
Nah, I like that pick. The Bulls have Lowry now, right? Or did Lowry go to Cleveland? Larry Markkinen?
Oh.
Is he a Bull now? Or did he go from the Bulls to Cleveland?
No, he went from the Bulls to Cleveland, but then he got traded to Utah. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Utah, he did. Don't worry then.
Yeah.
Don't worry then.
Or got him in
Yeah, that is true.
So who's not picked here? You know what? He's starting to drop, and he's kind of my guy. And every team he goes to, he makes them way better. I'm going to pick Chris Paul.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming. Can't dispute that. He does make teams better that he goes to. Especially that OKC season. I was like, how did this man do this?
Yeah. And I think like you gain a lot just by having him in your squad.
Yeah.
All right, Benny, your turn.
I'm gonna put, because he's dropping as well. I'm gonna put Bradley Beal just because he's been in the league for probably near a decade at this point, and he's proven himself as one of these scorers in the league. Very good at getting to the line, very good at getting to the ring. Defensively, he's not a liability. Like, he's pretty good on the ball, pretty good in lanes. Yeah, I just want Bradley to either leave Washington and get on a good team, or Washington surround him with players, because I need to see him in the playoffs.
He just sound like a Superman.
Oh, well,
it's got to be the worst contract in the league. Actually, Lillard's might be worse.
Yeah, Lillard.
Could you imagine? No, at least Dame's like, he's carried them before. Like, he can carry them to, and he's made big shots in the playoffs. The Washington Wizards gave John Wall like a 5-year max, and then after getting off John Wall, they give Bradley Beal a 5-year max. What's the point?
No one wants to play in Washington.
Yeah, it's pretty dismal.
Yeah, but like, just trade him for a bunch of stuff and get some picks. Like, I don't get it. What's the point?
They literally had Gilbert Arenas, John Wall, Nick Young, JaVale McGee.
Wow.
All at the same time. I think there was some other guys in there too. Who was the gun thing with when Gilbert Arenas?
I don't know. Wasn't it just the locker room? Like, was it with a specific person?
I thought it was with a specific person. Anyway.
Oh, it was with name like Javaris Critton.
Oh yeah, that's right. Not great, but I don't know where DC goes from here.
Yeah.
They should just trade him. Just trade him. Get picks. Tank. Get Victor Wembanyama.
Rudy Gobert still hasn't been picked.
Yeah.
Feeling bad for him.
Okay. This is
my
DeMar
go.
DeRozan's been picked. Oh, sorry,
yeah.
It is your go. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. I was getting ready to steal your pick.
You don't know who I'm picking.
When does Kyrie Irving go?
Does he play? I don't know.
Because if he plays and they're in the playoffs, he's close to top 10.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
It's a shit pick.
Anthony Edwards at 26.
I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest.
But don't you think that he just...
Anthony Edwards 27.
26 against.
26.
No, we're up to 26.
I'm 27 now. Oh, you're 27 now.
No, Tim's 27.
Yeah, you're 20. No, bro.
Tim was 26.
No.
What?
Tim was 26.
Yeah.
I have the list.
Oh, your list is wrong. My God.
Yeah, I'm with Tim. Tim just went 26. You're 27, Isaac.
I'm going to go through them right now. At 1, we got Giannis. 2,
Yeah.
Jokic. 3, Steph Curry. 4, Luka. 5, LeBron. 6, Embiid. 7, Tatum. 8, Kawhi Leonard. 9, Kevin Durant. 10, Ja Morant. 11, Anthony Davis. 12, Jimmy Butler. 13, Devin Booker. 14, Trae Young. 15, Paul George. 16, Harden. 17, Lillard. 18, Jaylen Brown. 19, Cat. 20, Bam. 21, Drew Holiday. 22, Donovan Mitchell. 23, I did Donovan Mitchell twice.
That page swap.
Oopsies. It was the page.
23 DeMar, 24 CP, 25 Bradley, 26 Edwards.
You guys, y'all are right.
That's all right,
and
man.
27, and 27, I'm guessing you're going to pick
here we
Chris
go.
Middleton.
Oh, it's a nice little guess you got there.
Was it Chris Middleton?
Yeah, Chris Middleton.
Didn't he just sign a deal?
No shit.
Chris Middleton, I think he probably should have gone a little bit earlier. The fact that you picked Anthony Edwards before Chris Middleton. Even he should have gone before Bradley. He should have gone before Bradley Beal too. Actually, he probably should have gone. He probably should have gone before Chris Paul and maybe even DeMar DeRozan. Maybe not DeMar. Maybe not DeMar.
Not DeMar.
Not DeMar.
Let's just chill out.
Okay. Anyway, I do pick Chris Middleton. Champ. Benny, your turn.
That's a good pick. Good pick. All right, 28. It's tough. This is tough. So I think DeJounte Murray is too low. At 42. But I don't know if he'd be jumping in there just yet. It's a bit early.
Draymond Green being 43 is disrespectful.
Yeah. I also see that. I think that's a bit low.
Should be 53.
Oh, man, this is tough. This is tough.
Put him down at 63. I don't know.
I'm going to go with Kyrie.
That's fair enough. Does anyone have a bigger, maybe not?
Yeah, I mean, it's just Kyrie is just such an odd situation. But when he's at his best, he is so much higher.
I mean, if we're talking just strictly talent,
yeah, he's much higher.
He's top 10.
Yeah,
he's more talented than Ja Morant, right?
Yeah, he's just got that experience. He's just been there. Yeah.
If it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals, he's
top 10. If it's prime, just peak, going hard every single game, Kyrie. Yeah, he's top 15 minimum.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the 15, Paul George, Trae Young, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, Anthony Davis, Ja Morant, I think he's in that between Jimmy Butler and Devin Booker. Minimum. Yeah. Minimum.
So, I don't know.
Alrighty. And I hope he plays. Basketball's better when he's playing.
It's more about lighting stage on the court these days.
All right, Tim. 29.
Let's go with... Man, when are we picking Rudy Gobert?
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that last week.
He probably should have gone before Kyrie, just in terms of he plays.
We don't know what his impact is going to be.
Yeah,
we don't know what his impact is going to be with this team.
I'm gonna keep the disrespect going and pick Jamal Murray.
Oh.
Jamal Murray.
I thought you might have picked who I'm about to pick, Tim.
No, I think Jamal. I'm obviously assuming he comes back pretty close to what he left, which most ACLs come back fine now. I feel like, and if he does come back anywhere close to what he left, he's probably, a couple spots higher.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
He was balling out.
He's definitely ahead of Anthony Edwards. So,
like he's ahead of Donovan Mitchell if he's fully healthy.
I would say he's about in the Donovan Mitchell, because he's had one playoff, like, not series, but one playoff run, right?
He was insanely good.
He was insanely good in the playoff run.
He was insanely good, but then he was also pretty good in the regular season following it, and then he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he's about the Donovan Mitchell level, I guess.
Yeah.
He wasn't that good.
I'm stuck between Pascal Siakam when he's like...
Yeah.
When he's good, like he's really good. Zach LaVine is obviously, like, he took a jump. He continues to take jumps each season too. And then my other one is Brandon Ingram. Like, I want all three of those guys before Rudy Gobert.
I think Ingram's going to take that step with CJ being there.
This is like the range where this is the number 3. Like, if you're building a championship team, this is like the number 3 player on that championship team.
Well, that's the thing. So if I would rather have Zach LaVine as my number 3 than Brandon Ingram, but I'd rather Brandon Ingram as my 1 over Zach LaVine.
Yeah, that's true. Like he play makes more.
Yeah, so that's where it kind of gets. He plays defense though. So...
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, he did go off in the playoffs against Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, I like that.
I thought Brandon Ingram was maybe who you were gonna pick, Tim.
No,
with that last pick. So that's top 30.
Maybe
do we want to stop at 30 or do we want to go a little bit longer?
It's up to you, my man. I can keep going.
I'm kind of having fun. I do have footy training.
Yeah,
we just go to like 30. Well, let's go to 35.
Do we go till we? No, okay, no. We've got a new one. Do we go until we pick Rudy Gobert?
Keep it going a while.
Surely he doesn't drop out of like 35.
I don't know, man. I got people above Rudy still.
All right, go Ben. We're going. Let's speed it up. We'll go until we pick Rudy Gobert.
All right, next.
You got to be honest, though. You have to be honest.
Yeah. Ooh. Pascal's a bit more versatile, but LaVine is a bucket when he's on.
He is a bucket.
He is a bucket.
God, I'm looking at this. I have quite a few guys ahead of Rudy.
Yeah, I'm honestly gonna go. Man, it depends how much they're gonna. Fred VanVleet's gonna have the ball. I'm gonna go Zach LaVine. I really wanted to pick Pascal Siakam. I'm gonna go Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine.
Your turn, Tim.
Stop being there. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Zion.
Holy shit! I forgot about Zion.
Like if he plays and if he's healthy, if Zion plays and is healthy, he's top 15.
The wrecking ball point guard, the Zion Williamson.
You just have no idea if he's playing and he's healthy.
Fuck, that Pelicans team could be better than Minnesota.
I was thinking that too. Pelicans could be above them.
They got some guys. All right, number 33. We are 33, right?
Yeah, 33.
Yeah, cool. I have anxiety over these numbers now. Zion Williamson. Wow. Bro, there's so many people before.
Rudy, yeah.
There surely can't be that many.
No, he is. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I have so many people here above him. Like just looking at like the current players around here on the ESPN list. Andrew Wiggins, I have ahead of him. Marcus Smart.
Surely not.
I don't know about Wiggins. I don't know about Wiggins. I think Wiggins is too high.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Can Rudy Gobert be the second best player on a championship winning team?
Second best, I mean.
Would you put Wiggins above Clay?
Wiggins was much better than Clay in the finals.
He was.
It's either him. Like, I mean, Draymond Green was Draymond Green, like just defensively and like what he brings from a playmaking perspective. But I feel like Wiggins was the second best player.
Yeah, Wiggins. Yeah, you can definitely. Yeah.
Like, are you picking Rudy Gobert before LaMelo Ball?
Yeah, man, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not picking Rudy Gobert before Draymond Green.
Oh man,
I'm picking Rudy before Andrew Wiggins. Like, I'm sorry, that's just like Andrew Wiggins played in Golden State. He had like 3 primary ball handlers.
Oh wait, we haven't
shooters all around the spot.
We haven't picked Pascal Siakam yet. I'm gonna pick Pascal.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next pick. If you're
Pascal.
Pascal. I feel like Pascal will take that jump. He'd be that number 1 guy in Toronto.
Alrighty, Benny.
All right. Now I'm creeping towards DeJounte Murray because he's in that 42.
I got some guys here that I like more than DeJounte, but that's a personal preference thing.
Yeah, I don't know. DeJounte just had a pretty, like, Spurs weren't great, but DeJounte was pretty unreal than last season. Oh man, this is tough. They got Scotty Barnes real high, 39. I'm gonna go LaMelo Ball.
Man.
I honestly didn't know who to take with that pick.
He's an all-star, bro.
Calm down. Rudy Gobert's an all-star, bro.
Yeah, I'm going for LaMelo there. I could be completely off with that, but I'm going to go with that.
You gotta go Marcus Smart at 35.
Yeah, I was debating that with my last pick.
Marcus Smart.
Maybe I should have gone that over LaMelo. Anyway.
It is. You would definitely take Marcus Smart over Rudy Gobert, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Marcus Smart was going to be my next pick. Maybe.
Yeah, like. Oh man. Rudy.
It gets tough now because you're looking at potential like Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham.
It's not all potential though. Like Domantas Sabonis, I'd pick over him. Mikal Bridges, I'd pick over him.
I feel like Sabonis kind of took a step back. Yeah.
I'd actually pick Evan Mobley over him.
I'd pick Mobley over him too.
Yeah.
These are the guys where we're picking now. Like these guys aren't the guys that are carrying your team. Like they are those role players. Like they're the second, third, fourth guys on championship contenders, and I don't know if there's too many people better than Draymond Green in that sort of position. I'm gonna pick Draymond.
All right.
Tim, where'd you go?
I'm just switching over my headset. But you picked Draymond? You picked Draymond over Clay?
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet, Evan Mobley.
I pick him over Evan Mobley. I was tossing up between him and Fred VanVleet. I pick him over Evan Mobley for one more season.
But so we're in a range, 35 now, 36.
Yeah.
These are the guys that I'm like, if you're building a team, like they're probably your second, third, or fourth guy, right?
If Rudy Gobert is your fourth guy, is he better than? That's actually nuts. I just looked at like my list that I have.
Would you have taken?
I was gonna say, is he better than Kyrie, Jamal, Brandon Ingram? And it's like definitely not. Like you're not taking Rudy Gobert over Kyrie, Jamal, Brandon Ingram, Zion.
No way.
I actually might take him against Pascal because I think Pascal just had that one playoff season and hasn't really done anything. But I wouldn't take him over LaMelo and Marcus Smart or Dre.
Tim, we still don't have your picture.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Calm
down. Benny, it's your pick.
Yeah. Literally anywhere up until about 48, 49 maybe, I'm debating with.
Like, would you rather DeAndre Ayton or Rudy Gobert?
It's DeAndre.
DeAndre Ayton's at 51. That's
51 is, yeah. Even Jared Allen, 52.
I think you take Rudy Gobert over Jared Allen.
Yeah, I think I would too, but I don't think I'd take him over DeAndre Ayton. Man, it's getting tough. 37. So I think Cade's too high.
Yeah, me too.
Evans, his roof is, yeah, he can get so good. Man, I'm gonna take DeJounte Murray.
You've been on that for a while.
Yeah, I gotta take him now. Something about DeJounte, man. I love the way he plays. He's so versatile. If he starts developing that three, I mean, he doesn't really necessarily have to with Trey there, but if he can be that threat, he's just going to draw people away from Trey. Yeah, I think Atlanta's going to have a good year. I'm going to pick DeJounte.
Tim?
So would you pick Caruso over Rudy Gobert?
No.
No, fair enough. Okay, Evan Mobley.
Yep.
Like it. Like that.
Like, he was really good last season, and that was like his rookie season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some big games.
He could be huge.
He's a freak.
I'm going to pick Scotty Barnes. I think he's in for a jump.
Yeah.
I was tossing up between him and I was tossing up between Fred VanVleet and Scotty Barnes, and I think if I was a supporter, if I was going for Toronto, like, I'm putting more chips into Scotty Barnes.
I'm tossing up between. So I think Wiggins is going to keep progressing. I'm tossing up between Barnes and Wiggins. But now you pick Barnes. But now I'm tossing up between Wiggins and VanVleet.
I think you'd rather Fred VanVleet as your number one.
Yeah, but he can shoot. VanVleet can have some pretty horrid shooting games. And he's very reliant on his 3-point shot.
But he's also like their number one creator right now.
Yeah, he like, yeah.
Like Wiggins.
If you put Fred VanVleet with like Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter Jr., it'd be entirely different.
Yeah, it would be.
I do think your ceiling's higher with a Wiggins than a VanVleet. Team.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then, like, this is me and Tim always talk about, like, ceilings versus floor. Like, people that, like, they might be able to raise your floor level really high. So, for example, like, someone like Russell Westbrook, he might be able to, like, raise the floor of your team and, like, get you into, like, that 8th, 9th. Like, take the worst team in the league and put them in the 8th, 9th spot. Yeah. But then if you have, like...
then that's that.
But then if you have... That's, like, a prime Westbrook. But then if you have a prime Steph Curry, with the right pieces, he's going to take your team way higher than what Westbrook can. But he might not be able to, like, carry that load of a Westbrook.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, but I mean, this is kind of like in isolation, right? We're not building a team with him.
Yeah.
Like Andrew Wiggins needs, like, a creator. He needs
I'm taking
a defensive
Fred.
anchor type of thing.
Yeah. Taking Fred?
I'm going to take Fred. Fred's also durable. Didn't he lead the league in minutes per game?
Not sure.
I think he did, which is concerned.
We've hit 40, by the way. We've hit 40.
No sign of Rudy.
No sign of Rudy Gobert yet. Tim, who are you taking?
Man.
Oh, Bryce.
Got to go with... Darius Garland.
Yeah, I like that.
I actually think.
I think he should have been picked before Fred VanVleet.
Oh, yeah.
And probably before Scotty Barnes as well.
I actually forgot about Garland.
What would you say, Sam?
I think Shai Gilgeous might be better than Darius Garland. It's just Oklahoma never play him because they're trying to tank all the time.
And Garland's playing for quite a good team.
Yeah. So, I don't know, Darius. Phew. Man, he's picking a Rudy. That's the big question.
I'm hoping he makes... he might not even make top 50.
I think he makes top 50.
I hope he does.
That is so wild.
He does make the top 50 here because I'm getting close to him.
Yeah.
But... Look, I think when we're talking about someone that was ultra talented, like coming into the NBA, was on the wrong teams.
Just pick Andrew Wiggins, man.
He's now found himself on a team where there's...
Just pick him. I don't need to hear you stupid.
Are you thinking about it?
Yeah. I'd rather have Andrew Wiggins on my squad than Rudy Gobert.
I agree with that.
That is so crazy.
They really dropped the ball with that.
It's crazy that that's kind of true.
He's too high.
I think we're getting close to a Gobert pick here.
Yeah.
I think we're getting close. There's a couple of players that I'd pick over him, but I think we're close.
Like Tyrese Maxey, I'm picking. Like Tyrese balled out some games. I'm picking Gobert over Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, me too.
Pick him over Michael Bridges.
I got a couple of players here that I would still pick over him, but it's your turn. It's your turn, Benny.
Michael Bridges is a good player. Clay's dropping. But
Clay, you just got to see it, right? Like Clay, this could be super disrespectful to Clay.
Yeah, I know. But I got to see it reappear again.
He didn't look great in the finals.
Like Clay played enough games last season for you to see it.
Yeah,
bro, he's missed out on some time. Like
yeah, I know.
But it's just a mindset.
I think it's gonna
games.
No, but it's like people talk about like it takes 18 months to actually recover from an ACL tear. Like it takes us like to actually like get to where you were at before. Like he hasn't reached that time frame of ACL tear and Achilles tear, right? Like I still think that there's a chance that I think the Clay we have next season is going to be better than what we saw of him in the finals, right?
I think he could be the same.
Potentially. If I had to bet money on it, I think he's going to be better.
Like he didn't have that spring, he didn't have that explosiveness.
Which I think he's going to get back. I think we'll get it back.
KD tore his Achilles. came back and dominated.
Yeah.
In terms of next season, I've got more faith in CJ than Klay Thompson.
Oh, CJ.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going to pick CJ McCollum.
Oh, big CJ. Is CJ over Rudy Gobert getting disrespectful?
Nah, I don't think so. I think people sleep on CJ.
If you're a... This is the thing, like if I'm a fan and I have Rudy Gobert and CJ in my playoff team, well, I'm more sure that CJ's showing up in a playoff game than Rudy Gobert.
Hell yeah.
CJ has shown up in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
What would have happened if New Orleans played Utah, in the playoffs last year? I think New Orleans could have easily won.
Yeah.
But
I just can't get over the fact with Rudy Gobert. You do not have an offensive game at all. You're obviously big and you're athletic and you're that lob threat and stuff, but you do not have an offensive game. All you create is spacing through just your athleticism, being able to sit in that dunker spot. But you don't bring. That's all you bring to the offensive end, and then defensively, there's just times where you just can't even play on the court.
I just don't think coaches know how to, especially in playoffs, it's just too easy to game plan for.
Yeah. CJ McCollum, you take CJ McCollum, okay, yeah, he's not a great defender, but he's there's going to be a point in a game where you're we have to put him in because he can just score 10 points in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
This game has always been about getting buckets.
Just get a jump. A little Uncle Drew throwback. Just get a hook shot, Rudy. I don't get it.
Yeah, anything.
How hard could it be? Something. Bro.
How hard could it be?
Dude, Dwight Howard had a better offensive game than Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard's offensive game was Hakeem compared to Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, Simi.
I'm gonna go with Shea.
Yeah. I was tossing up between those two.
I'd rather Shea than Wiggins and CJ, but he doesn't get to play that much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Mikal Bridges.
Surely now, 45 Mikal Bridges over Rudy Gobert.
You wouldn't? I'd rather Mikal Bridges over Rudy Gobert. You wouldn't?
No, I would too. I'm just saying it's getting rough.
It's getting rough.
We've now hit 45. I've got training in 30 minutes. I haven't eaten. All right, Ben, go. Let's go quick.
Power play. Okay. Oh, Rudy over... Would I pick Rudy over Klay?
There is, just to name a few guys that I'm looking at, Klay is there. DeAndre Ayton's there. Jaren Jackson's there.
Oh my God, Rudy.
Oh. Robert Williams is there.
Would you rather Rudy Gobert or Nikola Vucevic?
Oh no, I'd rather Rudy.
Would you rather Rudy Gobert? Would you rather Rudy Gobert or Robert Williams? Third.
Oh. Would you rather,
I mean, you'd rather Gobert. You would rather Gobert, but that's when you start bringing contracts into it, right? It's I'd rather.
But I mean, could Rudy have played in that Warriors series and made the same impact that Robert Williams did?
Oh man, this is
he
tough.
was switching out on people, but I'd rather off the top of my head right now, Jaren Jackson.
Hang on, yeah, sorry, keep going.
Jaren Jackson, DeAndre Ayton, a healthy Kyle Lowry.
This is the thing. So yeah, those guys. Honestly, Nikola Vucevic, the offensive game he has, he can shoot the three ball. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton, who you said. I'm going to stop us at the 45 because I do have to get ready for footy. But like even
a healthy Al Horford.
Oh, maybe. Like, but even when you start looking at, by the way, Jalen Green being above RJ Barrett's crazy. But like, would you rather a Miles Turner?
Just because Rudy's got no offense.
Like Miles Turner, like
no offense,
is always up there leading the league in shot blocking and whatnot, and he can shoot the 3-ball.
John Collins.
John Collins is so low, dude.
I'd rather.
Dude, I'd rather. Here's the thing. There's like if Ben Simmons plays this season, like I absolutely would rather have Ben Simmons than Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
Ben Simmons plays this season, he'd be like
top 30.
If he was healthy and like top 30 easy. But Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're being disrespectful or not.
I don't think we are. I think we have valid reasons.
Like, let's talk about Lonzo Ball for a second.
Lonzo? Where's he? Is he on the list?
Lonzo's 78.
He's 78.
But we're talking about a guy that shoots the 3-ball well, can create for others off the dribble, like elite passing game, elite perimeter defense.
You're not taking Lonzo over Rudy Gobert.
Okay.
He's a good teammate.
But like honestly, I'd take John Collins. I'd take a healthy Michael Porter Jr. A healthy Kyle Lowry.
The Michael Porter
Robert
Jr.
Williams.
one's tough. Miles Turner's
Jaren
tough.
Jackson. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, that's tough. I think
DeAndre?
18 for Rudy is just... Yeah, DeAndre was going to be my next pick at 46. I was going to take Aiden.
Yeah, I think Aiton's the next pick. I think Rudy probably... I think Rudy Gobert maybe slips into the top 50. Would you rather Julius Randle or Rudy Gobert?
I'd rather Rudy.
I'd rather Rudy, but would you... So if Ben takes Ayton, I take Jaren Jackson Jr. That's 47, then 48, 49, 50. Would you rather Jordan Poole, Kyle Lowry, Robert Williams, John Collins?
Yeah, I just don't think Rudy makes it over those dudes.
Over Jordan Poole?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not saying Jordan Poole, but like...
And like Kyle Lowry's like, no, you're taking Rudy Gobert over Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
I think you take Rudy Gobert over Jordan Poole.
Yeah, you do.
Like Jordan Poole, the further they went in the finals, like the less and less you could play him. But like...
I'd rather John Collins.
John Collins is one that I'm looking at. It's not a lot of defense though.
Enough. But he blocks some shots.
He's a good offensive player. Anyways, I think what we've made a point here of... We might leave it there. We'll leave it there, but we'll just say Rudy Gobert might make the 50. Jalen Brunson?
Oh, man. I guess we'll never know.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, jeez.
Like, would you rather Jalen Brunson?
Bain?
Dude, I might rather have Desmond Bain than Rudy Gobert.
That's what I'm saying, man. What's the title of this podcast?
It's where does Rudy Gobert rank? Would you rather Lonzo Ball or Rudy Gobert? That's what I'm going to call it. Anyways,
I think
Nurkic? Would you rather have Nurkic or Rudy Gobert?
No, not Nurkic. I mean, come on.
I think Nurkic has been disrespected here. Number 88.
No, come on.
Fair enough. All right, well, hey, yeah, I just saw Giddy's name.
We just say anyone.
All right. Well, Valanciunas?
Wait, you're picking Ben Simmons. Like, I'm picking Ben Simmons next season over Rudy Gobert.
That's tough.
I would.
You would.
Yeah.
If he plays, it's like a no-brainer for me. But like, at least Rudy Gobert plays basketball.
I mean, we've seen Kawhi. We haven't seen Kawhi for 2 years. We picked him.
Yeah. The Ben Simmons thing's a little bit different, but anyways, this has been fun. Thank you, fellas. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
We'll do. I am going to be trying to do one of these shows every weekend, so you guys are going to get more call-ups for sure. But yeah, this has been fun. Been longer than I thought.
Yeah, damn.
But yeah, I might have to clip it up a little bit. I don't know. We'll have a look. All right, but yeah, I got to get to footy training. Hey?
Clip all the Rudiger dead bits together.
What's this?
Clip every single time someone was like, yeah, but I think he's better than Rudiger there.
It's a lot. That's kind of crazy. I didn't actually... Yeah. No, it's been fun.
I didn't anticipate it'd be like that.
Neither did I.
Rudy
I feel like we just
down that low.
We just bullied someone for 2 hours. But but it is what it is. But hey, the NBA season's about a month away. Actually, maybe less than a month. About a month.
I think it's less.
End of next month.
Oh, end of next month. I thought it was mid next month.
Yeah. Nah, it's always around the 26th, like between 25th and 27th of October. So lead up to the NBA. I think there's a few fun podcasts we can do in the lead up, and then just talk more hoops. And maybe next year we get a live crossing to Ben over in the Boston Garden or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty lit.
Alrighty. Well, have a good weekend, fellas. Tim, we've got a podcast tomorrow night, so see you then.
I can't wait.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Yeah.